apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation as always to the elect. And I was just doing some research on Hollywood, and I remember a while back, it was brought out, that the entrance of Hollywood is a Babylonian wall, all right, along with various Babylonian idols, all right, idols that go back to Samaria, the Assyrian Babylonian Empire, okay, Egypt, okay, which pretty much is the energy, all right, that this world thrives on, okay, and our people who go to Hollywood, if you notice, the common trend is that they get swallowed up, okay, they get chewed up and spit out, and they become, more satanic. They perform lewd acts, they get hooked on drugs, they, perform in orgies, and all of these various different things, including orgies, all right, are associated with idol worship, okay, and the behavior in Hollywood, all right, is a result of heavy demonic activity, all right, which goes on, all right, and the entrance, as you can see here, all right, is a Babylonian wall, all right, and I went to this article that I found, and I'll read a little bit of it, all right, and we're gonna go into this thing of Hollywood, which has destroyed the souls of many of our people who seek to try to get the fame, all right, that is already promised to them, but they trying to get it on the left-hand side. They're trying to get it before, all right, it's given unto them. They don't want to go through the humiliation, humbling yourself process, the repentance process, and do what's necessary to achieve the fame that's coming to us. All right, they try to go up some other way, all right, which their soul is pierced, and you can see the fruits of that with how our people act. Okay, they put dresses on. Okay, they always hooked on drugs, and a lot of them are homo. The 90%. I mean, all of the men pretty much are homosexuals. All right, and this is ultimately just the Babylonian church, because as we'll show you, all right, this is why America is called spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Okay, a lot of it has to do with the idols that were in those particular societies that are back here today. Okay, and our people get into these situations and their souls are completely devoured because they don't have protection against these demons. The protection against these demons starts at the name of Yahawah, Bahasham, Shar, and its true doctrine. All right, now I'll go to Zephaniah real quick, 3 and 19. Okay, and it says, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee. All right, and that's the other nations, the heathen. He's going to undo them, and he's starting to do that now. Okay, and I will save her that halted. All right, the woman that's in travail crying out because of this other this other man trying to come devour her. Okay, and gather her that was driven out, the Israelites scattered, and I will get them praise and fame, all right, in every land where they have put to shame, or where they have been put to shame, okay? And that process is starting now, all right, but this word for fame, all right, is ultimately Shem, which is name, all right? You hear these so-called Jews say this term anti-Semitic, all right, because they're saying that they come out of Shem, all right, but there's other nations that come out of Shem, okay? you devils are weirdos, man. But the name Shem, name, it sees reputation, fame, glory, the name, okay, as designation of God, memorial, monument, and then when you go to the root word, shawam, to put, to place, to set, to appoint, and we're going to be appointed. Okay, we're going to be established, all right, fixed, all right, in the positions that the Lord wants us to be as the sons of God on the earth. Okay, and we're going to get that fame. It's not going to be the fame of this world, because the fame of this world, all right, it leads to destruction. Okay? We're going to be at the forefront of ushering in righteousness on the earth. Okay, when people see us, all right, we will, we will be hallowed. We will be a holy people. Okay, the fame that we're going to get is going to be opposite of the fame of this world, which is based upon, all right, how many sacrifices you can give unto Satan. Because just as we're required to offer up our bodies as living sacrifices, okay, Satan on the left hand side requires a sacrifice, man. And Satan has his priesthood. Okay, the left hand have their priesthood. Okay, if we're looking, all right, at Babylon, we're looking at Hollywood, okay, and we can see that it's the opening of it is a Babylonian wall. Okay, well, this is Babylon. Okay, this is the daughter of Babylon. Did not the Neo-Babylonian Empire, which fell to the Persians and the Medes, have the Chaldees, okay, which were the witches and warlocks of that society? Absolutely. Now, later on in this video, Lord we'll get to this video, which is called The Secret Origin of Hollywood. Will shock you, okay? It says Rome, where Hollywood really comes from, all right? And in prophecy, okay, Rome and Babylon are linked, all right, in the sense that the fourth beast, which is the Roman Empire, okay, has another little horn that comes forth from it, and that little horn that comes forth from it, all right, is the revival of the Roman Empire, all right, and in scripture and prophecy, it's known as Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, okay, and this is the mother of all harlots, okay, as it says in Revelation 17:5, it says, and upon her head was a name written, Mystery Babylon, all right, the Great, all right, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth, all right, and America is the hub of the abominations that are spread throughout the earth, okay, and our people, all right, who get into this whole, arena are swallowed up trying to get fame, all right, that ultimately is already promised to them in righteousness, man. So like these guys like Jay-Z, all right, Puff Daddy, Michael Jackson, or whoever else it is, which some of them were offered up by their parents, who were a part of the whole society at a young age, as sacrifices unto Satan. All right, but ultimately it's all, it all boils down to they chase fame. And as on the left-hand side, as there's a priesthood, the more sacrifices you offer up, maybe in the form of your own soul. Okay, like Polite, he was justifying selling his soul, and Polite's living a good life. He's totally turned his back on you niggas, took your money, and now he's in Hollywood bragging about rubbing elbows with the so-called Jew. All right, but either way it goes, we're promised fame on the right-hand side. Okay, so an example is when the devil came to Yahawashi, right? Okay, he came to Yahawashi, all right. Now, this is a mind frame that, shows us how strong our Lord and Savior was. And this is a mind frame that we are to take into this world, okay? Because temptations come in this world. Now, this is Matthew 4:1. Then was Yahawashi led up of the Spirit into the wilderness and tempted of the devil, all right? And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward hungry, okay? He was famished. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of God, command these stones that they be made bread. Okay. And he cut the devil. I'll jump to the point in verse 8. It says, again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and saith unto him, all these things will I give thee if thou shalt fall down and worship me. Okay. And Yahawashi said unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. And the devil leaveth him, and behold, the angels came and ministered unto him. All right, and as we put off this world, okay, eventually the angels are going to deliver us. But as you can see, the devil tried to give Yahawashi something that was already promised to him, man. Okay, if you read Psalm 72, he's how it's promised we're going to have the fatness of the earth, that the government will be on his shoulders. It was already promised unto him to have the world, man. You know, that blessing that was given unto Jacob is going to come through Yahawashi, man. Okay, the fatness of the earth. Who's going to be the chief, governor? Yahawashi, man. Okay, and we're going to be the government with King David being at the head of the 144,000, man. Lord willing, we're of that number, man. But the bottom line is Yahawashi already knew, okay, what was coming unto him and what he had to do to be glorified to get that. Okay, which that aided him in going through what he had to go through, man. Okay, he didn't try to take the shortcut. Even when he was on the cross, they offered him wine mingled with myrrh, which is a numbing agent, and he turned it down. He fully and took what he had to take in order to get what the Lord had, all right, promised for him, man. And that's the same mind frame we have. We don't bow to Satan, all right, like a lot of our people have in order to get fame or riches, all right, on the left-hand side, man. Okay, and there's power within that left hand. Okay, there's some true magic, which is why when our people do it and they see that it works, okay, the vow acts, sacrificing, even their own children, okay, and the things that it gets them on the left-hand side, they're like, this works. Even when you go into Moses, at the time of Moses, Pharaoh had priests, okay, who performed magic, the Canaanites, okay, who were old inhabitants of the Holy Land, they had a priesthood. So if this is the spiritual Sodom in Egypt, okay, if all of those different gods and goddesses are back here from the ancient world and which were wicked and used for the purpose of witchcraft, okay, then that priesthood has to be back here today. You see, and this is when our people go into Hollywood in these different arenas, okay, and the higher they go up, this is what they're dealing with, man. Okay, this is Wisdom of Solomon 12:3. For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of the Holy Land, whom thou hatest for doing the most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices. Okay. And also those merciless murders of children, which you see that in place today. You hear about Pizzagate. Okay, this is basically that ancient priesthood back here on the planet Earth. Murderers of children, pedophiles, devourers of men's flesh. That happens. Feast of blood, they drink blood. Okay, the reason why you see these things going on, that's showing you that left-hand priesthood, all right, that the Hamites had is back here through the new Pharaoh, through the Big Daddy Cain, all right, the Edomite, okay, who embodies this, man. It said with their priest out of the midst of their adulterous crew. Now, what does a priest do? All right, the priests offer up the sacrifices and they commune, all right, with the Most High through his son on the right-hand side. Okay, on the left-hand side, you have that very same priesthood, but in wickedness. And they communicate with Satan, which is why when you read 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, okay, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, the man of sin, okay, verse 8, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all signs, all right, and lying wonders, okay? So his coming is after the working of Satan. His very reason for being here is to do the bid of Satan on the planet Earth, man. And he's being revealed. The new Pharaoh. Pharaoh had his priest, all right? And our people are getting devoured by these demons when they go into that arena, man. Because this is a website, Secrets in Plain Sight. It says the magic of Hollywood. It said the Druids, all right, demons, were tree worshipers. Okay, that goes back to Babylon. That's where you have the fir tree, okay, which is known as the Christmas tree in this time, all right, which is used in idol worship, man. Okay, it's not that the tree is wicked. but the use of it in this world is wicked. That's why it says the fir tree is going to rejoice. All right, because as the fir trees were used in idol worship back then, they're used in idol worship in this time, man. And it evokes some serious demons on people, man. Look at the behavior of the people after these days. They're all engulfed in Satanism with a smile, man. Okay, in the name of love and folly, okay? Folly, la la la, that stupid ass song, man. Big grown ass man with the Santa Claus hat on, man. He drinking eggnog, man. These different idols, Easter, have our people in a very stupid, childish spirit, man. It says the holly was the most sacred symbol used. It was sacred to Mother Hol or Hel, okay? And I believe, let's see, it says the Norse goddess of the underworld. See, they all deal with the underworld. That's why they celebrate Halloween. Okay, that's why you look at the music videos, it's all darkness. You know, you go to watch a Super Bowl, you know, just sit back and look at a Super Bowl, and then the halftime show comes on, and people are throwing up blood and eyes, black all around their eyes, dancing with the stupid demonic look in their eyes. You turn it off, man. Which I don't even watch football like I used to, but everything is dark, man. Okay, you got a transsexual stripping for children. That all comes from these different demonic, all right, idols, man. Because remember, this is the mother of all harlots, man. Okay, it says, and I'm gonna go down to let's see here. It says, thus we have Hole or Hollywood, Hellwood, the place of magic. Okay, at home of the Illuminatis, the left-hand priesthood. That's all the Illuminati is the priesthood on the left-hand side. Okay, every society is bound by its priesthood, man. And when we get the kingdom, the priesthood, after the order of Malak Tazadok, Melchizedek, all right, will be the 144,000. But all of our men, of the men of our nation will be priests, man, because the laws will be written in them. But there will be an order to things. It says mass propaganda and conditioning machine, all right. And that's what, you know, Hollywood is used for. That's what the whole TV, all right, which is in everyone's living room, was for, all right, to invoke demons on the people without actually having to be there, man. They use color schemes. They use different wordings and positionings and different things to put spells on people, and it works. Meanwhile, all right, they give you the bread and circuses and things, and meanwhile, they're taking all your rights and get ready to destroy you, man. The Hollywood was a favorite source of magic wands, okay? Like on the Showtime Apollo, they rub that, you know, that wood. You know, that's an ancient, okay, way, all right, of witchcraft, man. Okay, this is from a book called The Children of the Matrix by David Icke, which he has some good stuff, but you just have to pick out the bones, man. Okay, then it goes into some history. All right, when you look up Harry Potter, all right, all of these different things are dealing with some true left-hand magic that they're into, man. You know, I'm gonna just jump to the point. You know, even this Oscar is an idol, all right, that goes back to the ancient world, man. Okay, in Egypt, they had something just like this. Okay, so all of the various different ways, man, of ancient Egypt, even the red, white, and blue, are back here today. All right, the different priests, some of them, you know, who are the different men who are of a higher ranking class, the priest, some wore red, some wore white, and the others wore blue. Okay, look it up. You see? But these are things that our people sacrifice their souls to get these awards, and it's deeper than just this award. Okay, you're moving up the ladder of Satanism, man. All right, and within Hollywood being a Babylonian church, you have your temple harlots, you have your catamites, which are the male prostitutes. That's why you have the pedophile rings. All right, Beyonce, Jay-Z, look at them niggas. They're absolutely drained of the spirit. And they've totally given themselves over to Satan, all right, trying to get what's promised to us some other way, okay? And that's what Hollywood is all about, man, to draw you in, okay, to offering up sacrifices unto Satan. Now that's the Babylonian wall. As you can see, it says the centerpiece of Hollywood in Highland is a massive three-story courtyard inspired by the Babylonian scene. All right. Here's a 3D view in Google Earth. Okay. But you got particular people saying there ain't no satellites. Well, where do these pictures be coming from? All right. I'm talking about the ones that go even way higher up. You can zoom in on even your own neighborhood, man. It says in a clip from the 1916 film. All right, and there you go. That's the entrance of Babylon. You see those different idols. Okay, the theater poster from Intolerance. Okay, where you see the hand grabbing after the children because they're going to sacrifice that child. Child sacrifice is a heavy part of this devil's, all right, society, which, all right, when our people were in Babylon, the Babylonian captivity, lo and behold, what did they do? They worshiped the Queen of Heaven, which was later on called Diana at the time of Acts, which caused the uproar. We'll get that. Okay, which, is now today back through what? The Queen of Heaven, worshiping the woman, Il Nana. Il Nana, Foxy Brown, Il Nana is a goddess of the ancient world. Okay, why do you think you see these particular children going missing? What they call them kids. Why do they call them kids? A kid is a baby goat, all right, for sacrifice. Okay? Really, they're children. But we got used to that term kid, which a kid can also mean a child. But as you can see, the children are devoured within this society, man, because of the wicked priesthood. Okay? We go down a little bit more. It says the Babylonian story is one that developers decided to build out at Hollywood and Highland. Here's a close-up shot. Okay, you see, and you see the wings, the lion. Now, when you read Daniel the 7th chapter, okay, when you go to Daniel 7 and 4, speaking of the 4 empires, all right, that would rule the 4 major empires, because there were more, but the major ones that would rule the earth, you had Daniel 7 and 4. It said the first was like a lion that had eagle's wings, all right, which there was a brother in New York that went to a museum and it showed some ancient Assyrian Babylonian art and it had the lion with the wings, man. Okay, it says, and I beheld till the wings thereof were plucked. So it was a lion with eagle's wings, man. That's the Assyrian Babylonian Empire. Okay. It says the elephant reminds me of the taxiderms discussed in Bolton, Arsenic, and War. It says the pair of lions are symbols of Babylonian Ishtar, which is Easter, which is where you get Easter from. So all of these different gods are back, man. Okay. It says also known in Sumerian, Anana, see, Il Nana. Remember Foxy Brown was always talking about Il Nana? Let's type that in real quick. Hold up. Foxy Brown. Nana. Foxy Brown, Il Nana. All right. See what comes up. There you go. They had a song, her and Method Man, called Il Nana. See that? Yeah. See, but they put that good music, that music behind it. And see, you don't really understand that demons are being invoked on you, and it promotes a particular behavior amongst the women, the men. Okay? This is nothing but the Queen of Heaven, man. Queen of Heaven worship is big, man. Okay? At the time of Acts. All right? This is the story of Paul. All right? And I'm going to be all over the place. It is what it is. This is Paul, Acts 19 and 24, dealing with a guy named Demetrius, who a lot of brothers make mention that this could be Sonetter. All right, it says, for a certain man named Demetrius, the silversmith, which made silver shrines for Diana. Let's look up Diana. Okay, Ilnana. Artemis, it says Diana, complete light flow strain, all right? And they call themselves the light bearers, right? Artemis, it said, the goddess of many Asiatic people, to be distinguished from Artemis of the Greeks, the sister of Apollo. All right, a very splendid temple was built for her at Ephesus. So you got to understand, our forefathers, the Gentiles, were in the same position that we're in. You see, now things are just more subtle. But back then, they actually had temples to these different gods and goddesses, which we have them today, but you just don't know. The Oracle Arena and these various different Colosseums. Okay, these things are all, built in, for other gods, man. You see? And they were repenting and coming back to the gospel through Paul and the apostles preaching, man. The same thing that's happening with us, man. The Gentiles are the Israelites who were scattered amongst these nations who turned from these different gods. That's why I say ye were Gentiles, all right, carried away of these dumb idols, man. Okay? So, a Grecian goddess borrowed by the Asiatics for their deities, all right? And there's a lot of history. You can go into it, but this guy Demetrius, a silversmith, which made silver shrines for Diana, brought no small gain into the craftsmen, whom he called together with the workmen of like occupation. So he made idols, and you look at that nigga Sarnetter's house, when he got all sorts of idols in there, man. All right, all right. But this is all of those House of Consciousness dudes. All those dudes are idol worshipers, woman worshipers, man. Okay. It says, whom he called together with the workmen of like occupation, and says, sirs, ye know that by this craft we have our wealth. All right. Selling these different idols, this is how we make our money. This is how we get paid. All right. Moreover, ye see and hear that not alone at Ephesus, but almost throughout all Asia, this Paul had persuaded and turned away much people, saying they be no gods which are made with hands. And that's what we're doing. And you see, he has a big push against the scriptures, man. These House of Consciousness niggas, man. Sarnetter. It says, not only this our craft is in danger to be set at naught, because people were turning from those idols. Okay? And Jake is Jake, all right, was into the Greek and Roman culture more than Esau was, man. And you see that today. Okay? It says, but also that the temple of the great goddess Diana should be despised and her magnificence should be destroyed. Okay?